as I've been using this snowblower, I kind of thought about how flexible this is compared to the other ones I was looking at. So I'm glad I went with this one. When I was looking at buying a new snowblower, first I wanted to get front mounted. Well, after I saw the price of those, for this particular tractor, this is a Kubota Grand L 4060. It's a 42 horsepower tractor. They were extremely expensive. You're talking like $10,000 or more. And after seeing the price, it just wasn't going to be feasible for me to do that. It was too much money for doing one task, blowing snow. So right away, that kind of took it off the list. But another big reason why it was off the list after I thought about it was because I use my loader for many different things, even during the winter. And to take the snowblower off and change to a bucket or to... For me, it would be the grapple I use a lot because I do a lot of tractor logging, grabbing wood and stuff for firewood and stuff. So I use my grapple all the time in the winter, and it would be a pain to take the snowblower off and switch it. And anytime something takes, more than a half an hour, you're less liable to do it. You're just like, screw it, I'm not going to go cut wood today because I got to fumble around with that. So I like the ability to still use my loader and still be able to clear snow. So the other thing is I looked at the inverted snowblowers, and I was really wanting to get one of those. But after thinking about it, I'm glad I didn't, because those are quite a bit expensive too. They're like $6,000 or more, I believe. And this particular 3-point snowblower is around that $3,000 range. And they do make them cheaper too. But I think those, I've never used one, but the inverted snowblower, you have to remember you're driving over the snow that you're about to clear. So like when I drive this tractor with 4-wheel drive, I can get through about 1.5 feet of snow. Much more than that, and you might be going to get stuck in some spots. So I can imagine if you're using an inverted snowblower and driving through that much snow, you would probably be able to drive through even less snow. But using this type of snowblower, you clear the snow out and then drive through the cleared out path. So that works really well. The biggest downfall of this, obviously, is you have to drive backwards, which is kind of a pain. We have a 1/4 mile long driveway, and I have a bunch of other stuff, so it takes over an hour to clear all the snow. And looking over your shoulder, you kind of get a pain in the neck there. But I've gotten used to looking over my left shoulder. All my controls on my tractor are on the right, so I usually do look over my right. But long straightaways like my driveway and stuff, and you don't have many obstacles, then I do look over my left, and you get pretty good at it. The other thing I've done is I've taken a backhoe mirror that I bought off Amazon, and I've actually attached it to, for right now, it's just a broomstick, and I've put 2 bolts through here, and then I've also attached a scrap piece of metal, bolted it onto the loader, and then up higher to, otherwise it bounces a lot. So it still does bounce a little bit, but it is doable. It does work. It probably, I would say I look behind me about 30% less if I had to put a percentage on it. And then you get used to just picking something off of the tractor. Like in my case, I look through the mirror and line this light up with the edge of the driveway, and then you can stay on course. So it does help with not looking back so much. And then by switching different ways, it's not that big deal. As I get older, maybe it will be. In a perfect world, I would have a dedicated snowblowing tractor with a cab. It would be awesome. I could grab my coffee and turn on the music and snowblow my driveway and everybody else's driveway until I ran out of gas, because it'd be fun. But it's not a perfect world, so I don't have an extra, $40,000 to spend. So we do it this way, and you do get covered with snow sometimes when it's blowing and stuff, which is kind of a pain, but it's kind of fun in the beginning of the year, and it gets old later on in the year. So But this is way more flexible, I believe, than the other two. You're still able to do other things with it. This one is not a pain to take off. I mean, I can do it under 5 minutes and switch to my forestry winch and go logging. So that works really well too. So I think for a homesteader or just a homeowner with a large driveway or whatever, this is a better option than the other two. You know, unless you're a rich guy or you don't use your tractor for very many things. If you can't foresee yourself using your loader for anything else in the winter and you have a bunch of money, then the front mount is definitely the way to go. It would be a lot more fun going forward and shooting and hydraulics and everything. I also don't have hydraulics in this, which is not a big deal. You just lift it up, and from my seat I can turn and adjust the chute. And I don't think it's a big deal. It would cost me, I think, over $1,000 to put rear hydraulics on this tractor, which I don't have. So I did not go that route, and I don't think it's a big deal. We do have a lot of things to snow blow around. Right now, this is a construction site. We're building our house, but I go around the house and I do around the barn, and then we have a quarter-mile long driveway to do also, and then I have to go around our sauna and everything. So I do make quite a bit of adjustments with the chute, but it's I don't think it's a big deal. So I think I made the right decision going with this one. This particular one is an MK Meteor 72. And I like it. I haven't had any problems. This is the third year I've used it. The first year there was a ton of snow. The second year I only used it, I think, twice. And then this year I've used it, I don't know, probably a half dozen times so far. But it works really well. Shoots the snow, I would say, you know, when you're running about 2,000 RPM or whatever, it'll shoot at a good 30 feet, which is plenty. So some idiot built their buildings too close and put both eaves facing, the same direction. I don't know who did that. That was pretty stupid, though. So if this was 2 feet more, farther apart, I could have just came in here with my snowblower every time, and no big deal. But it's literally, I got, I don't know, 10 inches on both sides of the tractor getting in there. So let's take some bets on how long it takes before I smash into my barn, because it will happen before I die. Guarantee it. But you got all the snow from the barn and the woodshed dropping right there. But I'm going to look at the positive and say that I built it just wide enough to get my tractor bucket in there to clean it out, because it does work. Although I don't want to get too far under here. So that we usually, sometimes I take the forks of the tines of that pallet forks, and I get in here and I can break it up, and then we could just shovel it out, or take the other smaller snowblower and blow it out. So it's not too big of a deal, but yeah, dumb move.